Once you win, you win. It's only two ways to leave: with your head high or your tail tucked. But once you win, you win. Dirty Nation, hit that like button for me one time.
Yo, y'all know life in the pen. Um hashtag prison talk. Remember when I was telling y'all we was doing a gang segment and I had, you know what I'm saying, a bro that was gonna get on and express his experiences, everything he went through, you know what I'm saying? And I was gonna ask some questions for him because, like I said, during my time, you know what I mean, I was just basically from Buffalo, so I never was affiliated. So I would rather have y'all hear somebody else's experiences. And you know what I mean? We walk down the road. Yo, bro, introduce yourself.
Man, my name is Dirtyweather 916. I got a YouTube channel that's popping, big popping. I was on Big Hurt, Fresh Out. I was on Divorce Court. I was on Steve Wilco, as well as a whole bunch of other interviews. All you gotta do is look me up, Dirtyweather 916.
Yo, tell the people where you from, how much time you done did.
I'm from Sacramento, California. Del Paso Ice Bloods. I did 17 years and then turned around and went and did 22 more months for defending myself.
So all together you done did like what? Like that's like about 18, 19 years, right?
A little under 20.
A
A
little
little
under
under.
20. God
Yep.
damn. And you did 17 years over there in a Cali prison. So I know. Yeah, I mean you done seen some shit that happened, and you homie. So I know you done had some situations.
Yep. Look, I didn't
Yo,
be locked. I mean, as far as just being locked up in general, I didn't been locked up in like Florida. I didn't been locked up in Missouri. I've been locked up in South Dakota. I've been locked up in Oregon. I've been detained in Texas. So I've been locked up a lot of different places, but Cali is where I did all my pen time.
so like being far as I know, like upstate when dudes come to jail and they gang banging, and if they blood, they more likely like in the state in the New York State prisons, they rep the hood they from. Like if they rep a certain set, that's the set that they stick with. I mean, most of the time they don't be all united. How's it in the California prison? Like when you blood, do y'all stick to y'all own set or y'all all come together?
We all come together for sure. But if you can, a lot of times we break into our own set. Like Sacramento Bloods, we all won, but we might be Del Paso Heights Bloods. We might be like 4 or 5 of us. We all know each other, so we all kick it with each other, but we still in the Sac area. And then the LA Bloods, because all the Bloods is from top of California to the bottom. And the LA Bloods, they normally have their own little area, and we go over there to their area. We kick it with them, but everybody from Sacramento is not a Blood.
Oh, okay. All right. So
So
what
that
I about to say, so when you come in and I mean you homie, do you initiate? Do you automatically say where you from and what you repping and I mean who you be?
hell yeah, that's automatic. Like if I come into the thing, the first African I'm gonna see, I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm a Blood. Where the homies at? Or I'm gonna say where the Sacramento Bloods at. I'm gonna just ask. But a lot of times it depends. Like if you come while there's yard, like in Folsom, they'll bring you to your building while the yard is in progress, and you walking across the yard. So the homie's able to see you. If you somebody, the homie gonna be like, oh nigga, that's Dirt Blood. What's happening? Where you at? Where you going? You got TV? You got radio? You got food? What you got? You straight? What's up? Because a lot of times if you come from another pen, then you gonna already have your own shit. But if you coming from like reception or something, oh, you ain't got shit. You ain't got shit but a bag of food. A bag of food and some books and some papers. So the motherfucker gotta check on you, make sure. Cause like my homies, no matter what pen I go to, once they hear I'm there, they gonna be sending care packages and looking out. No matter or finding out if I'm good. But a lot of times because they know that I'm gonna be good eventually, so they try to get in early. You know, I go. But still, we all as far as Bloods, we all together.
So far as being affiliated in the gang situation, you know what I'm saying, when you when you came in prison, when you did the 17, how old was you?
I got locked up at 17, and then I turned 18. I was still 18 when I hit my first level 4-yard.
So basically you just before you even went to prison, you've been blood your whole life.
My whole life, as long as I can remember. My hood, Del Paso Heights Bloods, is predominantly Bloods. And like I said in my live cast, there's one Crip street in my hood that are Crips in Del Paso Heights. And it was always spunky with that one street. But other than that, my hood is all Bloods.
So everything you do is by a code, by law. Your way of thinking is basically your blood, right?
So here's where the differences go. In New York, right? I hear that they got like a certain way they do stuff. They got like a constitution. Like out here in the West, we ain't got no constitution like that. The only time you got a constitution where you got to sign your name and take an oath and all that, only time you got that is if you about to go under paperwork or something like that. Out here, you getting jumped in, and that's it. Once you get jumped in, you from that hood. That's it. You ain't got to take no oath.
Oh, point blank period. Once you get jumped in, that's forever.
Once you get jumped in, that's it. And once you get jumped in, the only way out, most time is you get jumped in, you get jumped out, or you lay down your flag. And when you lay down your flag, that's like a dishonorable discharge. That's like bowing out.
It's like a dishonorable discharge. Nigga don't get no pension or none of that with that. He don't even get his military.
Nah. Man, and we all feel it. Like I remember one time the homie Snake, he ain't the homie no more, but the nigga Snake, this motherfucker really like went S and Y, but he came out to the homies and was like, he's like, blood, I laid out my flag. That was like, damn, did you hear that? We went inside, we went into the building, we was like, hey, we was like tapping on the homie door, hey, the homie didn't lay his flag down. Wow. That's like the unthinkable. We couldn't picture that. That was like, nobody does that.
That's like a nigga leaving. That's like a nigga leaving about to retire, but he quit before he could get that motherfucking pension.
Man, that's the coward way out. At least check out, check in, check out. You got whooped in, you get whooped out. That's the right way. If you want to be, and that happens too. Niggas say I want to quit banging. I'm done banging. Man, what I gotta do? And then they already know. It's already rules in progress, and that's not just from the pen. That's on the streets too. That's because a lot of the gang banging culture in prison is influenced by LA. Like LA. That's a lot of the culture because that's where gangs come from.
Yo, so let me ask you this. If you got status in prison, do that whole status in the street, or is it two different things out there?
I'll tell you like this. Before I went to prison, I had a name because I lived everywhere and I was always locked up and I was hella bad. But I never felt like I was like popular. I never felt like I was known like that. Like I don't know, maybe I was, but I didn't see myself like that. I see myself as somebody that was just a regular person, a regular badass kid. That's what I saw myself. But then I went to the pen and I learned about real respect. And when I learned about real respect, I learned how to get real respect. And I set about doing that. And I came home. So you see what you see.
So, all right. Tell me, like, yo, give me a story from your first experience as a kid coming in and you realizing, like, oh, shit, this gang shit in prison is totally serious. Like, that had you just like, wow.
So I told this story before, but I ain't told it in a long time. But it was the first time I really had to make a knife. And that was because the homie was out on the yard shooting dice. The LA Bloods and then the Sacramento homies. We Bloods too, right? So Tiny Loco from Inglewood Films, he actually came on the bus with me. So me and him we thought we was cool, but I thought we was all blood, so I thought we was all cool, right?
Right.
So Tiny Loco gets to hitting the dice game. He hitting all the Crips. He hitting all the Crips and the OGs. So I was just watching. I asked the homie, let me get a pack of humps. Like humps is camels. Let me get a pack of humps. He give me the humps. I get in the dice game, right? I get to striking. Bam, bam. I'm backdooring fours and every. Oh yeah, out there y'all shoot 4, 5, 6, huh?
Yeah, we shoot seasons. Yeah, we shoot. That's what I'm about to say. You sit there. I'm like, oh, you shooting straight craps. Y'all really get.
Yeah. That's how we do it out here, man. Man, 3 dice. That's too many dice, man. That's too many dice, too many numbers, man. Give me 2 dice.
Give me. You shoot that number back to back.
Man, give me my 2 dice and let me shoot my shit. Yeah, man. So I'm backdooring fours. I'm hitting all my points. I'm throwing licks, right? It got to be where it was like at first it was like, ooh, every time I hit my point because I wasn't falling off. It was ooh, man. Then it got to being sad all of a sudden because you just see this nigga going in his bag, and his bag, everything this nigga won, he kicking out his bag. Let me explain. When I'm talking about what we shooting dice for, we're shooting dice for items. So we're shooting dice for cigarettes, soaps, toothpaste, deodorant, CDs, if that motherfucker slapping.
Y'all got CDs out there?
Yeah, see, I remember we had tapes at this time. Yeah. On my mama. At this time, we had tapes. We had cassette tapes. On my mama.
We just stopped getting tapes. They gave us these tablets. We just stopped getting tapes. We had tapes, nigga, last year.
Damn.
Shit. Nigga, they
I remember the first CD player I seen was in 2001. I had a CD player with no CDs for hella months till my security level dropped. And when my security level dropped, I was already ready with my little CD disc Walkman, but they already was way past the little old ass one I had. Yep. They was on boom boxes.
Yo, Dirty, you know when a nigga be winning, he be seeing him licking, he be licking, putting all them items in the bag. He be having his face right here. Look, he be hitting them. This how his face be talking mad shit. Yeah. As soon as the nigga start losing, that nigga got to get them sausages up and them noodles and shit. Nigga got this face right here.
That's why I said it got sad. So once he got to tripping and shit, the homies was like, Dirt, man, look, this the last one. He was like, blood, y'all just gonna let this nigga gonna let this little nigga just walk off with my money like that? They was like, they said this nigga won your money fair and square, blood. Why is you getting all huffy? He was like, cause nigga, blood, this nigga got all my money, blood, all my money. I was like, look, I'll give you action at this much back, right? I put about like $10 on the table. And the homies was already like, blood, don't even do that. I was like, nah, I'm gonna keep it solid, man. I'm gonna give him action at this right here. That nigga could borrow some money from somebody on the side, came back and lost that too. So I put all my shit in the bag. But the homies got to going back and forth with the LA Bloods. So we going around the table and shit. Niggas are squaring off all behind Dirt because young ass 18-year-old Dirt want to shoot dice. And all of a sudden started winning. So now when I go back in the cell, my celly like, you about to learn how to make a knife. This nigga making knives. He burst. He took a plastic cup, bust the plastic cup down, rolled that motherfucker, made a turd, but got a metal piece, bust that motherfucker off, kept looking out the door, going back, sharpening this shit, looking out the door. I'm sitting on the top bunk like, what the fuck did I just start? Like, god damn, this motherfucker, these niggas is fighting. The homies in the other building, they caught the fade as soon as they went in the building. The homie G caught the fade with the
now, hold on. Explain what the fade is. I'm pretty sure they know what's a fade out there. What is that? What is a fade?
Fade is a one-on-one fight, like a fight between two men. That's a fade. Me versus you, one-on-one. We fading for whatever reason. Them niggas is in the back fading, or them niggas is out front fading, or them niggas hopped out the car and got to fading each other. That's just
Okay.
that's a so anyhow. See where I was at. Where I was at.
Yeah,
Oh,
the home.
funny when I
All
left
right.
it when we had left the table from that yard when we left, they had already designated that Bisco and G was about to fight in the other building, and then in our building we not knowing what's going on because we don't know. All we knowing is them niggas is going in the other building and them niggas is turned up right now. So that's why my celly had and the video where I said emotional ass celly, that
Yeah.
video, this is emotional ass Sally. This is the first time emotional
But
ass Sally.
hey, yo, listen, I was watching that video, but he did like, yo, he put you on to some shit when he told you, you know what I mean, hold the hammer in your cheeks. You know what I mean? You
Yeah,
gotta learn it. You gotta learn
yeah,
it to do. So he
yeah.
taught you some shit. He was emotional, but he taught you. So you had to keep the hammer. You got to keep the hammer in your cheeks.
True story. Cause who knows what way it could have went. And that set me on the path of what we was talking about, where how to earn real respect. That's what set me on that path. And just unfortunately he couldn't follow his own teachings. But anyhow, from that, when he got to making the knives, when Yard released that afternoon, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know. I was fucked up. Like I was literally trying to figure out, like, how did I get here? I've only been in prison like a month and a half. Like I got 18 years,
Not,
and it started like this.
not to kill each other.
Man, I got a knife between my cheeks and it's falling. Man, got my clutchers ain't working because I'm nervous. Man, look. So what ended up happening is because the homies caught the fade in the other building, I won that money fair and square. But they was looking at me like the homies protected me. And in a sense, they did because they knew I didn't understand like what all just happened. They knew Dirt young ass just wanted to shoot dice and win some money because he liked to shoot dice on the streets, and that's what we did. So that's all. But it turned into something else because I started winning. So in a sense, like I didn't talk shit to nobody. I just threw some dice. But I learned from then that you have to take into account everybody before you get involved in the situation. That's what I learned from that.